What
when,
is the
bro?
date
When?
for what is the date for that show?
That is on June, I believe it's June 7th or June 2nd.
So June 2nd, in June, you said any guy from India that wants to see you on stage, come to Toronto Pro.
Doing Toronto Pro, and there is no visa problem. I just checked. Visas for Canada are open from October. Ryan doesn't need to sponsor anybody either. I will personally give a letter of invitation. I gave it to Manoj in 2018, a letter of invitation to come
Yes,
to
yes.
Canada. I'll personally give a letter of invitation. I'm competing in June in Toronto Pro Show. Come and get some.
Hey, well,
Sure.
listen,
I'll
I don't
definitely,
think there's any. I don't think there's
I'll
any.
definitely come, bro. Definitely, I'll come. Let's go.
He'll
Sure.
come. He said he'll
Let's do
come.
it together,
So
man. Let's
listen,
do it
I
together.
don't. I don't think there's any denying this
I want
fact.
you guys to come. I want every Indian, every person from India to come to that show and compete against me.
Bhuwan, let me ask you this question. I don't think that there's anyone that's denying that you're the most decorated, the most successful men's physique pro. But the question is, my question to you is, do you think that any of these guys could stand next to you and have the physique to beat you?
My thing is, until you get on a pro stage, you don't know what you look like against the top pros. I feel like
Exactly.
about 15 pro shows so far, competing against every single Olympian. Not a single Olympian I haven't competed with, or most of them I've actually beaten. So what I'm trying to say here is, like, until you get on the pro stage, you don't know what you're. It's very easy to go at an amateur show against 800 amateur guys and think that you have what it takes to be at the Olympia stage. But when you stand next to these guys, and I have been there myself, I've placed all the way from first to all the way to 13th. I've placed everywhere in between, right? And I know that it's very different when you're on stage with these people, and it takes it. You start at the bottom. So when people and when athletes think that right off the bat they can go to the Olympia in the first or second show, I want them to show it and prove it. Because from my point of view, that is not possible. Unless you're Eric Banks. Even Eric Banks couldn't win his first show until he went to the Olympia. So he had to go through the whole system. There is a way of making.
Exactly. Exactly.
So none of these guys have the experience to get on the pro stage. So it's not that I'm not saying that I'm the best and I will like, oh, like these guys have to come beat me and this and that. My point of view is like, get on a pro stage, see where you stand, and then talk.
Right. Right.
And if the question is just me versus them, if this is what's the whole hype is around, if it's like, oh, like I can beat Bhuwan because he doesn't have this, he has this, I have better chest, I have better back, well, then come against me. All the other Olympians
No,
have
no, no.
than me
Bro,
too. Then
bro. We're all Indians. We're all Indian athletes. Respect from heart. Don't worry. Don't think like that. कि हम athlete like where athletes think bad about you because you are competing in Olympia. We're really proud of you. I'm saying bottom of my heart. We respect you a lot because and you are a three-time Olympian. You learn so many things over there in USA or Canada. Whatever you learn, and we're just trying to keep in myself. So I try my best to do best thing like you are doing. Yeah. So don't think like that.
Manoj, you said you have better chest than me and you are wider than me. I think that's what you said.
Nah.
Ben,
um,
मैंने
Ben,
I said my about
there's
myself.
a lot of stuff here that people are saying they have better one body part, another body part. So
नहीं
you
नहीं
would
नहीं
know that, Ben.
what
I didn't do your interviews as well as you do the interviews, right, Ben?
no
So,
no bro. I said
oh,
कि my chest and my shoulder is my chest, shoulder, and my back is my plus point. And arm, I said arm. I said tricep, bicep a little weak, but he's working on it, and definitely day by day he's growing. I said like that, man.
hey, you know what, fellas? It's like this. This is bodybuilding. We can't be sensitive in bodybuilding. So it's like this. It's a subjective sport, but it's also you're being judged against another man. Manoj, you don't have to back down. If you feel like you have a better body and a better physique than Bhuwan, then fucking say it. Bhuwan's right there. If you feel like your physique is better than his, tell him I feel like my physique is better. And then you go out on stage and you prove it.
Right.
Yep. Look,
now I have the better structure, and men's physique is about structure. It's overall. I have a smaller waist. I have wider shoulders. I may not have the best chest, but this is not the game of best chest. It's about a flow of physique. and a flow of physique, I would say right here, I have a better flow of physique.
Hey Manoj, can you show everyone what you look like? Because some people may not be familiar with you. Can you show them what your physique look like? Can you show the picture
Yeah, I'll show you the
from your
picture.
competition? Show a
Yeah, one
picture.
second, 1 second.
So he hasn't been on stage since 2019, guys. So he'll show a picture of when he won amateur Olympia in India.
I'll show you 1 second. Let's post
I
it.
mean, you've been putting in work. You look good. I said that when I seen the guy. I said, okay, he looks good. Like absolutely. I want to see what he looks like standing next to other pros. The same thing that you said, Bhuwan.
What I said,
Exactly. I didn't say bad word, bro.
anybody until they start comparing to me, but I've always said the same thing. I was like, get on the pro stage, get against the guys. Not me. I mean, I can be up there, but just get on a pro stage to get against these guys. I would want Ryan to say something here because he coaches amateurs, he coaches pros, he coaches Olympians, he coaches us too, me and you both.
Absolutely.
So he would be a better judge to say this, that when an amateur turns pro and the journey from the pro to the Olympian.
Look, I have athletes all over the world. I got a lot of athletes in India. The talent in India is definitely picking up in the last several years. I think a big reason for that is because of Bhuwan's presence in the IFBB has shown a lot of the Indian athletes that it's possible to come to the United States to compete and to qualify for the Olympia. Because prior to this, there's never been another Indian athlete at the Olympia.
Right.
So, he has been the trendsetter and been the person who's made it possible for a lot of these guys to have the dream to do what Bhuwan's doing. So that being said, I do think that Bhuwan is about 5 years ahead of everybody.
Exactly. That's the main thing. Bhuwan is very experienced guy because he did a lot of shows. So
he's
obviously
competed. He knows what it takes. There's a lot of aspects to competing, more than just dieting down and getting on stage for the first time. And you know what happens with the nerves and all these other things of knowing how to handle getting ready to compete on the big level, like at a pro stage, trying to get, especially at the Olympia, right? We know a lot of guys crumble once they're trying to get ready for that first Olympia, pressure hits and they start falling apart.